Welcome back. Now have a listen to this. When your friends panic and tell you that you might end up with someone who is bad in bed and you cannot divorce them, they make a gross assumption that this world is divided into two, good in bed and bad in bed. They imagine that the world is tantalizing sexual beasts who will give you apocalyptic sex. So that has come from a specific blog. And the writer is here with us this evening as we discuss this whole issue of celibacy. Allow me to introduce him and the rest of our panel this evening. Closer to me is Ernest Wamboye, who is a he's a blogger rather. And as you've heard, that's just an extract, a very small extract from a variety of the blog posts that he writes. It's so good to have you here.
Nice to, thanks.
It's the first time on Youth Cafe.
Yes, it is.
It's so good to have you.
Thank you.
All right, Asili, on your end, I'm sure he's no stranger.
Jamaa ni resident. Hata sijui kwa nini amekuja hivyo vile amekuja. Ni one of the guys that I respect. Jamaa ni prevention ambassador, also the CEO Blast, anaitwa MC Baridi. Lakini show ni moto, so karibu sana. I hope utakopa na hii joto.
Niko humble.
Asante sana.
Yes.
And of course, next to MC Baridi is none other than Daisy Kendi, who is a university student and was so courageous to come on air. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let me begin with you, MC Baridi. You are a prevention ambassador. Do you vouch for celibacy, and does it even really work in this day and age, honestly speaking?
Yes, I deal with different people and different communities and different age groups. So there are people that they believe, no, I can't do it until marriage. So you have to respect that. And the people they want to do it, which is practicing sex. Also you have to see how can you make them, even if you're doing sex, you have to use prevention. We have to make sure, and what now we are doing, it's how can you capacity build these people to understand why the purpose and why they were created. So even if you're having sex, because I always believe that sex is a state of mind, and it's your belief. But now you have to be mature enough to understand what you're going to do with the opportunity and the freedom that you're having. Yeah.
All right. Ernest, for you, that specific just paragraph that I've read, it came from an entire blog post where you were talking about why there's one that sex is not a marathon.
Yes. Yes.
And that there's an entire, I will not go through it because it will literally take up this entire show. Yeah. But is celibacy far-fetched, especially in this day and age?
I wouldn't say it is far-fetched. First of all, let me just say I waited. My wife and I did wait. We were in campus. We were at USIU, of all campuses.
Yeah.
So the message that we speak about is something we've lived, something that we know many people are living. I'll say this, it's possible because many people think about it immediately and just think, oh my goodness, what an uphill task. There's no way I can do it. I mean, when I joined campus, I was dead afraid. I didn't even want to, you know, I was going to a university where I didn't have many friends and I kept thinking, this is it. Many of my friends kept saying, because I was in the CU in high school, they kept saying, Ernest, tunangoja ufike campus, utaanguka. Your testimony yako, tunangoja. You know, I was afraid. I was so afraid. I look at my life back in campus, how I made it, it's the grace of God. But I look back and I realized there were certain decisions that I made, there were certain things that I knew that just helped me actually stand through and make it to the end.
Well done, good for you.
Kendi, huyo ni mtu wa CU. Mimi nataka utuongeleshe. Maana wewe ni mtu uko kampo, kuna chali unacheki hapo hivyo ameweza. Sijui kama ni tall, dark and handsome, ama light skin ama nini. Siku hizi unajua madem pia. Na by the way kuna msemesema madem pia siku hizi ni mafisi. So hebu niambie, wewe una feel aje juu ya history? Ni rahisi ku practice celibacy, abstaining from sex?
Yes, for me, I am speaking from a Christian perspective. I am a fourth year in the University of Nairobi, and I believe that it's possible. Being in campus, yes, of course, there's everyone is doing it, and it's like what is the norm.
Right.
But you have to choose to be different. You have to choose to honor yourself, and even your inner circle, the people who speak to you and who speak into your life. I really take care of who speaks into my life and who I listen to. So it helps me, being in campus, to be able to live celibate.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I'm an iguza. You have touched my soul. Amen. So according to me, I just want to talk about what is happening in real life situation. youths are having sex.
It's true.
Youths are having sex.
Even youth is a bit far-fetched. Sorry to pause, I mean to cut you, but from the age of 15.
Yes,
Yeah.
you know.
That's even a bit high. It's much lower. Many of the young people I talk to tell me they started getting active from the age of 10.
Oh, wow.
Here we have a program that we have, and they keep telling us from the age of 10 I got active. So
You know,
we assume it's higher, but it's even way lower than that.
Baridi?
like today I was in Bomet County, and they don't want to talk about sex openly. So many people want to talk about sex when there is a dark, there's a place, there's a room. And they want to not talk about it, but act. And after that act, everyone will move and go their way, and the regrets come. According to my own research, and I always tell people that research, you cannot get into internet. You have to go to the common mwananchi. According to my research, what I've realized, people are not having sex because they love. People are having sex, these young people, as a painkiller. And their thing comes with alcohol. They feel that when I have sex, I will reduce stress that I'm having. If I have sex, I will fit in a community. If I have sex, I will fit with other people. And that's why I want to say that the people that are having sex without protection and without feelings attached, come service me today, this weekend, after that, that's the end of the day. But the ones that also practicing this one to stay until marriage, these are now the ones that, according to the foundation, how they were brought up in life. And this go back to the parent.
Yeah, that's true.
Are you getting it?
Wacha nikukat short kidogo. Don't you think hii kitu ya kukua celibate imekuwa promoted na Hollywood sana? It's like
Very
a trend.
true.
Like we've seen Ciara, Ciara the dancer who practiced before I get married to the husband. Tumeona mtu kama Kevin Jonas practice before I get married. Selena Gomez before meeting Justin Bieber. And don't you think it's a Hollywood effect on man?
Megan Good?
No. Megan Good as well. Megan Good as well.
Well, Hollywood always comes up with things, but Hollywood is not always the original. Okay, so Hollywood can come up with something new. They can come up with vitenges that look like Kenya's vitenges. We had it way before them,
right,
you know.
Right.
And so when they pick up a trend like this, personally, my convictions come from my faith. Okay, so this is something that is way older than Hollywood. Christ Jesus existed way longer before Hollywood existed. But the thing is. One thing that I notice is that many young people engage in sex ignorantly. They have no idea what is going on. Some of them just think, oh, sex is just flesh on flesh. It's like shaking hands. Once I'm done, I'm gone. But then it's not that.
You know what? I like the fact that you said that because on your blog post, the same one that I read, you say that there is no condom for your soul.
Exactly. So you come together and you think, I'll prevent all the repercussions. I'll not get pregnant. I'll not get HIV. I'll not get an STI. But what happens when you have that longing for this person much later, and you realize that, my soul is involved. I'm addicted. There are chemicals in my brain because it is also very complex as far as your brain is concerned. There are many chemicals that involve your brain, dopamine, delta force B. All these chemicals are involved, and they get you addicted. So, you know, so it's more than just flesh on flesh. It's not just like shaking hands. Hey, you know, I'm done with Zinzi. But if I sleep with her, hey, I'll be calling her. I'll be thinking about her every time. I can't get her off my mind. It's really difficult, and many young people don't know this.
There's something, Baridi, that you've said. If I do not have sex, I will not be able to fit into society, right? Yes. And we know the pressure starts to build a lot, especially during university. Yeah. Yes. But Daisy, what do you have to say to those that say, you've got to test the car?
Yes.
Okay. I think when you compare and say, I have to test the car, it's like comparing a material thing. A person is not a material thing like a car. A person has feelings, has emotions. A person is not a car which can be run off, it can be written off, and you can get another car. So if I'm not taking care right now of myself and honoring myself, it's not something that I can get again. You see, I can't say I have to test drive and I have to do these things so that I get to know. Because a person is not, it's not like a car where if in case of anything, there's heartbreak involved. There's so much which the youth don't realize, and they just want to, it's like the norm. I'm just telling you it's the norm, because let's even just go to common university. University life is you have to date. Other than class, it's, there's the norm for, yes, it's university life. But you have to have you have to have your own principles and to know what is right. Because let me tell you, there are people, the way Ernest is saying, it's not just physical, it's emotional, it's spiritual.
Right.
So there are decisions which you have to make. Being a university student, let me tell you, it's not easy. Every day, walking through the corridors, let me tell you, even in our washrooms, they just put condoms there for, you know.
Let me add something.
Yeah.
On that point.
Yeah.
I've seen many ladies that they were practicing this thing. And when they reach 27, 28, walikuwa ngumu sana. Even they can't give somebody a chance to just be in a relationship, which is just a relationship. Wamekuwa ngumu sana. So akifika age 28, 29.
They start praying.
Yes, they start praying. Mazee wana pray.
Nakuwa prayer item.
Nakuwa prayer item, mazee wameandika.
Na jemo wamemkatia
aka msia kuji. So hapo anaanza kufeel, desperation imeanza kwa around. My age mates wanaenda. Wanaenda kila wedding kurusha maflower wanashika.
Na wao wanashikanga flower.
Yes.
Wait,
so it's coming.
First of all, first of all, that is not empirical, okay? That is not empirical information, okay? You may have had 1 or 2 or 3 friends, but I'll tell you for sure, not every young woman who is waiting for marriage and who has not gotten married is a virgin. There are many people who have had sex and they're still waiting to get married. So that information is not empirical. Waiting for sex until marriage will not cause you to be locked out of the marriage spectrum. It does not mean that if you have sex outside of marriage, then you'll be eligible for marriage. And by the way, just because you choose a celibate life does not mean you cannot have a relationship. My wife chose celibacy. There were many men pursuing her. I ended up marrying her. If I didn't marry her, someone else would have. I'm just trying to debunk this thing among young people that if you don't have sex, you'll end up alone. That is a lie. That is a big lie. You will not end up alone, okay? One of the things that you must understand that our generation uses sex to audition for relationships. So you come into my life and they say, how do I know you will stay? How do I know this relationship will be good? Let me sleep with you. If it's good, you stay. If it's bad, I'm sorry, you leave. And one of the biggest problems you have with sexuality in the world, generally speaking, is that it is used to objectify people. Wow. That is the heart behind pornography. And so even this whole idea that, man, you're choosing to be celibate, unajifungia, you'll be alone, it's a big lie. Many people, even right now, just ask people to tweet. How many of you have remained celibate? How many of you are married?
You know
they
what?
are quite a number.
Ernest, that's exactly what we're asking this evening, right?
Yeah.
And our online audience, even those who are watching at home, we really want to hear from you. Is celibacy far-fetched, yes or no? But before we even come back to this conversation here in studio, Aseli went to the streets and talked to some of you on this whole issue that we're talking about this evening. So take a look at what you had to say today on Street Sense.
This is Street Sense na niko mtaani Umoni. Nataka kujua kitu moja, kama ma youthman wanaweza practice celibacy. Nimekutana na mavijana hapa hivi, wacha nataka kusikia wanasemaje. Ni aje?
Poa brother, kama youth jo huku mtaani. Ndio mdema akipita, mimi ni mwanaume siwezi lenga, but ni poa. Hiyo wewe mwenyewe unajijua, kama vile unajijua kama mimi na support. Naweza i practice but for a short time.
Hiyo story ya celibacy inafaa ikuwe real. Vijana kama sisi ndio chukua example ya abstain from sex, but pia tujue kwamba hii story ya kukua into much kwa sex sana inachangiwa na vitu mob. End time, because hata ukimari bado unafaa kuwa umejichunga. So end time try vile utaweza abstain from sex. Yeah.
Nilianza abstain tangu kitambo. Manze. Si kitu ngumu. Kuacha ofisi kiplani iko sawa. Kwangu mimi naweza abstain. Mademu wameiva ndio sikatai, lakini sasa unajua ukiweka mentality yako ati mimi nadai umshi, alafu kazi yako ni ile vile wewe unaidai, haitaweza. Lakini ukisema wewe unataka kujiabstain, utajiabstain. Ni mentality tu ukishaiweka iko sawa.
Another practice, something which we can practice for some time, yeah? And I think it's good way. Though it's hard, but someone can practice. Unajua these things, sio huwezi kaa sana.
Unajua siku hizi kila mtu dhani like sex is all about fun, nini. Sex is not about fun, manze. Celibacy, manze, my youth nataka to practice celibacy juu ina to save kwa diseases, you know. Madem siku hizi pia wamekuwa wafisi, pia wanataka wa practice celibacy. Maboy mnatuache tuna practice celibacy. Maboy si mafisi peke, kuna mafisi bana, madem mafisi bana.
All right, so wow, that's amazing. Great feedback, actually, there. All right, so let's come back to the conversation here in studio.
Mi kwanza nataka kuambia kitu moja. Mesikia mayouth wamesema tunaweza practice lakini tusikae sana. So don't you think that mayouth wanatumia hii kama link to the next relationship? Like niko peke yangu saa hii, so niko celibate because niko solo, lakini nikipata msee nayo. Don't you think they're using it as a link?
Yeah. Because what I know, and what I know according as me working with youths, as Baridi, MC Baridi working with youths, what I know very well, we have to be real. But what I tell people, you have to identify who you are and why you are living. So if you feel that you can't, there are people that imagine they can't. But now these people, you have to empower them, capacity build them, so that they can understand why they are living. That's why someone will tell you, Maze, mi sitaki kukasana. Because I feel like, even if I nimekasana, it reach a point that nitakuwa nimeisha kwa market. And that is what is going to the ground.
That's true.
Are you getting it? So, and that's what I'm trying to talk about. Let's see how can we empower these kind of people. If it's a young person, because men, minijua mazi tunaweza kaa for long.
Kendi naona ukismile hapo, kuna kitu kusema about.
Men minijua tunaweza kaa for long. Madam pia nimejua mnaweza kaa for long. Vile faith ikiingilia.
Ndio mtu wangu nafilaje kuhusu story?
Mimi, let me just tell you, I think kwanza, especially when you're in Campo, there's a lot of other, kama hauna kitu ya keep busy during your free time. Of course, utajipata, you're in the wrong place at the wrong time so many times. So for me, nikiwa Campo, I made a decision. By the way, during my free time, I'll have this to do to keep me busy. Not that I'm saying now deviate from this, now we go to here, but I have somewhere where I plug into and I'm in Campo so that I have a community. As in, nikiwa Campo, si lazima nikoe, I be having sex to have fun. I can be doing something else, and that's why I plugged into a ministry in campus. And that's, hiyo ndio imenisaidia, nikuwe grounded and I have fun kwa faith.
So unaogopa tu hii story juu ya God?
I do. This story na yoni yenyewe. Wacha nikushow. Let me tell you something. For me, I believe that we all live, tunafikiria ni kama we're just living right now. Tunaishi tu saa hii. Nikifika 25, nita settle down, I'll be a wife to someone. But for me, I believe I'm not a wife when I'm someone's girlfriend and then I get married. Hapa nasikia. Mimi ni wife when someone finds me. So I'll be living like a wife till when I am found. So
I like that point. I like that point that you brought out. Because first of all, let me just say this. Celibacy is not the popular thing. And I think we should just be honest that most youth are not pursuing it, okay? And I'm talking even about youth in the church, okay? Because I come from the church, okay? I'm talking because, I interact with youth in the church. It is not the popular thing. It is not the mainstream thing. It's not the cool kids who are doing it, okay? It's the uncool kids. It's the kids at the back of the seat, okay? But I must say this, your motivation for celibacy must not be grounded in pride and fear. Let me explain. Many people choose a celibate life out of pride. For example, they say, oh, your mom always told you, unataka kuwa kama yule kijana, unataka kama yule msichana. So you end up choosing a celibate life because you feel superior to other people. Okay?
I was talking about, let me cut you short kidogo. Kuna hii Hollywood effect on man. Hollywood promotes sex, whether we know it or not. Advertisement, kuna place nilienda class fulani, lecturer akasema, ati without sex, hawezi advertise kitu yote. That's why you will see irrelevant,
sex sales.
You'll see, sex sales, wanasemanga sex sales. So mimi nataka kujua kitu moja. Don't you think that wazazi wetu, si tutasikilia wapi history ya abstinence na story ya celibacy? Watu hawajui kuspell celibacy. Tutasikilia wapi hiyo story? Na hii story iongelelewi home, iongelelewi church.
And that's the thing. That's the thing, okay? So first let me just finish that thing about the motivation. If your motivation is pride because you feel you're better than other people, that will ultimately just make you fear, make you fall. If your motivation is fear, you're saying the reason I'm doing this is because I don't want to get pregnant. What happens the day you get a condom? Will you wait? You're saying if I'm doing this because I don't want to get a disease, what happens the day your partner confirms their HIV status and they're clean? Will you wait? Anyone who chooses a celibate life must have a reason that is bigger than them. If your reason is not bigger than you, by the way, I won't even waste time to try and convince you to wait because you won't. Again, your reason must be bigger than you. And for me, my reason is that 2,000 years ago, God came and gave his life for me. That is so big for me. And for me, I think if he died for me, I will live for him. You see, so your reason must be bigger. If your reason is fear, even if it is a spiritual fear, a religious fear, it's just a matter of time. You'll get to campus. You'll realize you're no longer at the confines of your parents. You will fall. Now, how do we talk about this? And that's the thing. We need to talk about it. many churches may not be talking about this, but I think I'm sensing lately some churches that are starting to have forums, talk about which is good, but also you need to have some forums outside the church, because
in homes.
Like in Nairobi, I hear that only 7% of people attend church. So even if you talk to this 7%, you're leaving out a 93% who are not hearing this message. And so like we have forums that talk about this, which are outside the Kawaida church environment. We've got a session called Boy Meets Girl, happens 3 times a year. We've got a session for Powerhouse that helps men who are stuck in pornography, masturbation, these kinds of things. So I just think if there's anyone out there who really is passionate about that, start talking about these things without fear, and maybe just outside the normal norms, the normal venues.
Asali asked a very important question. Do we need to start talking about it in our homes?
Yes.
To our kids?
We need to.
How do you start the conversation?
Let me tell you something.
Kila mtu usema, wacha tuanze kuongelea hii story home. Lakini si tunaanzaje?
Let me tell you something, and I've been saying this most of the time. Parents have lost it.
That's true.
Parents are too busy.
Yes.
They go to work, they come back home, they want to go to do other things,
Yes.
mission, everything.
Yes.
Then these kids, no one is talking to them
Yes,
about relationship and everything. When they go back to school, I was in high school also. Life skill lessons are not there. When you go to life skill lessons, they are sleeping. Teachers are too busy wanting to get an A, go to university. Be a doctor, period. Come back to church. Our pastors, this is where I have to have a problem with Pasi. Our pastors.
I'm not a pastor.
Okay. But you're a man of God, man.
You're a man of God.
Our pastors,
and I talk about this every time.
Our pastors are too busy wanting to receive Christ and go to heaven. That's the message they send to the youth.
Making money as well.
And yes, but now young people, we have lost it. No one. Me, I grew up under my grandmother. And she used to tell me, don't do this, don't do this. If you do this, you'll get this. I get it. But now parents are making these people like, if you have sex, you'll get HIV, you'll die.
Yeah.
If you have sex, you'll get pregnant. And this is the way apart that we need to come back and talk to them.
I'll have to cut you short. Sababu lazima ni wa introduce kwa segment ingine na koga moto, wacha ucheki vile itakuwa. Haya, kila wiki sisi hukuwa na segment ingine moja moto kama Pasi inaitwa Art Corner. Hapa hivi si get wasanii, wasanaa ya sanaa ya vijana. Una get? Nimetry kuspit hapo hivyo lakini ni ngumu. Utali anaitwa Vector, ako fiti sana hiyo sector. Cheki history.
Yeah, my name is Maxwell Basweti. Na basically stage name yangu ni Vector Kenya. Na mimi ni msanii na pia na manage wasanii wengine, and then I also do executive production. Yeah, mimi kama msanii nimekuwa kwa game for like 8 years now. Na as a manager wa wasanii wengine nimekuwa kwa game for 1.5 years. Na ndio ilifanya mpaka nikafungua studio. Alka ili come up in 2015 na towards the end of 2015. So basically it's just a name we picked. Na Alka means real in India. Tumezunguka studios mingi sana, tumewaka na studio mingi sana ndo tukuje kufungua hii studio. So tuliangalia kuna vitu watu wanafanya pale zenye maybe sio right, ama unapata auangalii sana talents za wengine, ama unapata mtu anajiangalia sana kuliko venye anaweza angalia wale wasenye wana come. About refugees, of course, kuna wenye tumesaidia kadhaa, na hao wenye tumesaidia bado tunawaka nao because Kenya tunafanya ni long term. Na just to mention, kuna Smart Jaba, kuna Joke Solution, kuna King Mo. Those are a few wenye nimework nao. Vitu nimepitia ni mingi, like unaenda studio, maybe unapeana do pale, then at the end of the day unakuwa frustrated au party project. Na ama unaenda studio, producer kupati kile unataka. No. So kama umeenda pale unaimba maybe reggae na kutwist unaimba kitu kingine yenye maybe wewe ufeel. So hii industry unajua ni chemistry tu between a producer and an artist.
Baby, nitafanya never songo.
Get music yetu ikuwe played kwa mainstream media is not easy because number one, we are a new record label, na unajua ina taking time sana kwa watu kuwa embrace. However much tumefanya kazi hata na wasanii wakubwa, just to mention tumefanya na DNA, I have a song with Big Pen, nimewaka na Rankada, nimewaka na Hope Kid, unaona, but bado mainstream media hatujaishika vizuri sana vile inafaa. So unapata zile challenges tunapitia pale, people want to be paid, ndio maybe wacheze ngoma, nobody wants to listen to you because yana feel mazee kama wewe sio nani, mbona umekujaje na wewe ni nani, unaona. Okay, everything is possible. Kuna kitu yenye haiwezi fanyika as long as umefikiria na unaiwakia. Una follow the right channel. Utafika mahali unataka kufika because pia sisi hatujafika, kuna mahali tunataka kufika. Yeah, hii industry tunaweza toboa na if si tumetoka from scratch mpaka tuko na studio yetu saa hii tunafanya mambo yetu, it means kwamba kuna mahali tunaenda na watu wengi. Okay, me as a person kuna watu nimeinspire wengi ambao saizi maybe wamefungua studio ama wanataka kufanya ile kitu mimi. So concerning social media na mali tunaangalia industry ya Kenya in the next 5 years, kitu ya kwanza unajua stakeholders wa industry ni media, kuja kwa DJ, kuja kwa wasanii wenyewe na tuende kama fans. So we have to embrace Kenyan music because hapa Kenya unajua ndo kuna cocktail ya kila kitu. Sio kama unaweza enda TZ utapata maybe ni hip hop sana na bongo flavor, but hapa Kenya utapata msee anafanya reggae, wengine wanafanya dancehall, wengine wanafanya hip hop. So ni market kubwa sana. So tukitumia fiti in the next 5 years Kenya itakuwa imepita hata Nigeria. My advice kwa wale wasanii wenye wanakam saizi ni ukitaka kufanya kitu concentrate. That is the first thing. Na positive criticism iko allowed. So kama umeenda mahali umetry kuimba na ukaambiwa hauwezi ama ukaambiwa enda upige tizi, enda home, piga tizi, rudi prove watu wrong.
Nakwambia wamesema ukitaka kufanya kitu lazima uconcentrate, lakini hapa hivi ndani ya studio kuna ka discussion kingine kamoto sana na ningependa kujua kitu moja. What's the blame game? Why the blame game? Yeah. Juu tunasema wazazi wanasema walimu wanasema pastors wanarudisha kwa wazazi, alafu friends wanaachwa hapo in between. Parting shot, nipatie ni idea ya kile mnafikiria kuhusu blame game and then tutamalizia hiyo topic hivyo.
Yeah, first of all, a blame game never solves anything. And nobody wants to just actually say, yes, I did it. But I'll just say this, I'm a parent. I have a child who's 1 year old, and this child is going to be a teenager in a few years. And I'll tell you this, the person who has the most interest in my child is me. Not the pastor, not the teacher. It's me. And so I take the blame as a parent if my child goes wayward. I have to take that full responsibility and say, I'm going to do something about it. Okay? And so it doesn't feel being told you're the one at fault. It's painful, but at the end of the day, I must ask myself, I have a child. What do I want out of that? I'm also a preacher. Okay? And I must also take responsibility for my flock.
Yes. For me, I'd say that everyone should take up their responsibility for the teachers, for the pastors, and not to shift the blame that this thing should be made aware. Like, it's something that we should keep on advocating for, and celibacy is possible. Yes.
Ebu MC Baridi, tupatie joto.
Hey, manze. Mine, it's going back to the parent. Just do your work.
Yeah.
Just do your work. Because even a teacher or a pastor, I believe there's a verse in the Bible says that all these people that you are given something to control, there's a question will be asked by the end of the day.
That's true.
And what I always ask, as me as MC Baridi, which legacy am I going to leave behind? So as a parent, just as a teacher, as a pastor, as us, you, everybody, let's just work together so that you can bring the change. The smallest change that you can bring today will add impact for the generation which is coming after us. Thank you.
Zinzi, leo umenyamaza Nikki.
No, I'm just listening, soaking up all that good conversation.
Umefilaje conversation?
I mean, it's good, but I have to ask one last question. And I think I'll direct this to Baridi because you are a prevention ambassador. Yeah. One of our viewers is asking if we are seeing the statistics of HIV and AIDS in Kenya. You said 35,000 last year?
Yes, last year.
So we're seeing the HIV statistics in Kenya, the numbers of early pregnancy in Kenya as well. Does that mean that even celibacy is not working, even as we're just rounding up the issue very quickly?
Yeah, it's not working, but that's why we need to put it in another way that it can work. My last thing on that is that we cannot use that statistic because even right now, what we have that 95 young people, age 15 to 24, getting infected every day. 95 people, young people, getting infected every day. So from 6 to 6, 95 people are getting infected. That's according to our statistic from national government. Now, what we can do, it's how can we go back to these people? It's about talking to the individual, talking to that kid, talking about sex, discuss these issues, tell them what will come with it. Pregnancy, most of them, they don't fear pregnancy. They fear HIV. They fear HIV than pregnancy because they fear pregnancy and HIV. They feel that if I have sex and use, I will abort the baby and the rest. And we have a lot of drugs that can help me not to get infected. Now, it is to empower this person. It is to talk about this issue. And when you talk about this issue, I don't say about talking about it in church or in the university. There are people that are coming from the slums of Kibera. There are kids that are coming from Turkana. There are people coming from Bomet. How can we empower such a person to become a better person in life, to make this generation a better place to live?
All right, thank you so much, MC Baridi, who is a prevention ambassador, Daisy, who is also joining us, who is a university student, Daisy Kendi, as well as Ernest Wamboye, who is a blogger. You guys have made this conversation fantastic. In fact, one of you on Twitter has just commented saying that you love the topic and it's very powerful, and thank you for the discussion. Thank you for watching, whether you've been streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, or just watching by way of TV. Thank you so much for watching Youth Cafe live every Friday night here on KTN News. You make this show possible. Do have yourselves a lovely weekend. My name is Zinzi Kibiko.
And the hottest man in East and Central Africa, Brian Aseli, na kuambia hii show si possible kama hamko. Na change haianzagi Friday peke yake. Tufanye change every single day. Have a good night. Tupatane next week.